I really like the Nitecore headlamps for backpacking. So when I first got into it, I bought this NU25, and it's 360 lumen. It has a kind of a spotlight, then it has kind of like a small area flood that's not quite as bright, maybe for reading a map or something, and a red light as well. And it has performed perfectly. I have no reason to replace it really, other than maybe there's something a little bit better. So is it time to replace this? Well, my last trip to Isle Royale, I used this NU21. There are some pretty key differences. The first one, obviously, is instead of the strap, you have this cord. And that tends to lighten it up a little bit. We'll weigh these in a little while. The differences are minimal. You can see how different this is. This worked really well. It didn't run out of battery. I never had to charge it. Even though I used it quite a bit, I didn't worry about it. It was fine. Oops, I have it locked. So it has one button on it. You can switch between red or white, and then adjust with the other button, adjust the levels. And for red's level, it doesn't get brighter, but it gives you that flash, I guess, for signaling. So the new contender here is the NU20 Classic. Now, just from the box, it looks very similar to my original NU25. You know, any one of these I'm sure is going to be fine. It's just I like to try different things out and fine tune it and see what we got. This is how the 21 came packaged originally. Like I said, I've already used it, so. Start guide and A to C. Now that's one major advantage of this one over my original 25. The 25 is a micro USB, so nothing else that I took was micro USB. So I would have had to take a special, either an adapter, which could have been lost, or another little cord. The new ones, like this 21 and this 20, are all USB-C. So now I'm running with the same connector for everything. So I haven't obviously messed with this yet. Take the plastic off the lens. But you can definitely see the similarities between the new one and the old one. This is nice. It has a blue battery indicator when you first turn it on. That's not something that either... Oh, maybe this one does too. Yeah, never mind. That's funny because I carried it on the trail. I never realized it. Of course, I only was really turning it on once it was on my head. Okay, so this one has a power button, and then you can, the power button also is a mode adjust, and then the other one is a level adjust. Here you have a separate button for red, 2 levels of red, and then you have that strobe and turn it off. Or you come over to the button on the other side push and hold and you get an area light, very similar to the original. Or you can hit it fast and you get the spot. And then if you adjust right away, you can get 3 different levels of spot. If you turn it on and leave it on for a short time and then hit it, it'll just turn it off. So if you want a different level, when you turn that on, you just click it a couple more times. Again, push and hold, and you get the area light. And then push it quick, and you get the 3 levels of the spot, and then the red. It's nice having 2 levels of red. Now the original, which I looked and I didn't see the original up for sale anymore. I must have it locked out. Here we go. The original, you push and hold and you get your spotlight, or you don't push and hold, but you push and you get your spotlight on the right hand button. Push and hold it and you got your area light, and then the other button is your red. 2 levels of red and the blinking red too. So the UI of these two is the same. The output of all these is rated at 360 lumens, which, you know, it's not much compared to some of the flashlights that we're all carrying around now. But for an ultralight headlamp, when you're on the trail, I did walk at night. I think it was Saturday morning. I left camp really early because that was my longest day. And I had to walk under the headlamp, and it was no problem at all. And that wasn't even on the highest setting. One thing that there's a couple things I noticed here in carrying this one. This cord is also glow in the dark. That was fantastic in the middle of the night when I needed the headlamp. I could look and it's sitting there glowing and I knew right where it was. This strap does not glow or anything, so it's harder to find. So these are lighter and they glow, and I love it. Another thing that I noticed was that this 21 was a lot floodier than my old one. I don't know about this one yet. We're gonna try this out in a little bit here. We're gonna take these all outside. The floodiness was great for walking down the trail. I had no problems. However, I think it was Saturday morning, I woke up at my camp on Feltman Lake, and I look and I could see the edge of the water, and something walked past. I just happened to catch something walking past. So I quick grabbed this and went out to the edge of the water to see what it was. And I lit it up and I could see eyes, but this would not throw far enough for me to actually see what the creature was. I'm 100% sure it was a fox because I found a little hole it had dug and there were some tracks there. It wasn't a wolf because there were no big tracks, but it doesn't have enough throw to go very far. Now, usually you never need that, but I'm kind of curious if how this one stacks up, because I haven't done this comparison yet, how the 21 stacks up with this new 20 and my old 25 as far as throw. And then, is it going to be as easy to walk through the woods with a floodlight or a spotlight on instead of the flood? I never had a problem with this one, with the 25 before, but now I want to compare it with these and just see which one is going to be, out of these three, which one is going to be the ultimate for my next trip. And again, you can't go wrong with any of them, but I don't think that the 25 is for sale anymore. I think you can go with this 20, which they list as the classic. NU20 classic. And that's obvious to see why they called it that. So you can go with the NU20 or the 21. So let's just take a look at weight. So the run times on these are all very similar. You can really take a deep dive into which one has a few more minutes than the other one. But honestly, it's going to depend more upon your use. If you use any of them on high for a long time, then you're going to have to charge them. If you run them on low or medium, you have plenty of light to see, and they're going to last. Like I said, this one, I didn't charge the whole trip. So let's start with the original. 1.9 ounces. Start with the one that I just used, the NU21. And it's 1.52, so about 0.4 of an ounce lighter. And the new, so that's 1.39. So this new NU20, if you're really counting every last gram, then the NU20 is going to be your best bet. It's lighter than all these. So we'll see how it does on light output. The light output being 3 different types of light out of the 20 is different than the 2 types of light out of the 25. But you have 2 emitters here for the white light, where you only really have one at a time for these 2. So it's going to be interesting when we get it out in the woods and see which one works best. So enough talk. Let's go out in the dark and we'll give these a try and see what we think of the results. Okay, I came out into the woods and I just want to kind of show these lights in their more natural state. We're not going to be using these for searchlights or anything like that. These are going to be used walking in the woods, setting up camp at night or something like that. So let's keep them kind of in their own. So now the light that's on right now, that's on its highest setting. This is the original NU25. And you can see there is a hot spot, but there's a lot of spill around it as well. And that allows you to walk down a trail and see everything you need to. But when you look up, it has some good throw as well. It's a really good combination. The area light so there's only one level of the area light, and that's what it is. It's pure flood everywhere out in front of you. It's not really great for walking, but if you're doing something like if this is what you want to, you know, make the final arrangements for your bedroll or something at night, or cook in the morning without making a bunch of light, this would work fine. So anyway, that's the high for the NU25 again. Now I've got the NU21 here. Yep. And we're going to give that a try. Compare them. The NU25, when you click it on, it usually comes on in red first. Sorry, it's a little different UI here. Why are you doing this? There we go. Okay, so there's the high for the NU25, and you can see it is a lot floodier. This makes a great trail walking light. This is on low, and it's still going to be really good for if you're trying to leave camp or something and not disturb anyone. You could still see good enough. Medium, I think medium is what I used most of the time because it's a good amount of light, but it does not throw very far. There it is on high. And then if I, there's the, the UI keeps messing me up between all these lights. Find one and stick with it is the best bet. So that's the high for the 25, the older one with the band. And then that's the high for the 21. You see the difference in the beams with the 25 being on the right and the 21 being on the left. I don't know if you could tell how much further the 25 throws, but it's a considerable amount. All right, let's turn that off. One nice thing, can you see the bands? This is off the NU20, but the 25 has the same thing. I didn't charge these very much in front of a flashlight, but the glow in the dark of these bands really is nice at night. Okay, so now I'm gonna fire up the NU20. There's the area light on the new NU20. And you can see it's pretty much the same thing as the area light on the old 25. There's the 25, and there's the 20. There's a slight difference in color, but not a lot. They're both fairly low beams, that, again, for close-up work. Okay. There's the high for the new NU20. And again, you notice a nice hot spot, and it does have plenty of spill. So if you aim this in front of you, you could absolutely walk a trail with this. But when you look out, you can see, like that fox that I had talked about, I would have probably been able to see with the throw from this NU20 or the 25. Okay, so there's the old 25, and there's the new 20. 25 and 20. Not much difference. And you can go to red light. That's going to be tough to see on camera, but so the 20 versus the 21, if we're talking just trail walking, say you don't care about the throw, that's not even a thing on your mind, then just trail walking, I like the 21 better. It's easier to see the wide area in front of you. But then if you hear something and you look up, the 20 or the 25 is definitely going to be better. Thing is, I had something happen where I wanted that throw and didn't have it. So even though I really like this 21, this 20 is lighter, has everything I need, has that area light for in the morning. I don't know, it gives me something to think about for sure. All right, let's head back inside and wrap it up. Well, there you have it. I wish that I could have been more conclusive, like this one is definitely the best, but they're all honestly very close, especially these two are pretty much the same. You could tell a little bit of difference, but they have the same features and pretty much the same light output and all of that. The 21 is a little bit different, and while I don't need the little area light. I could go just for a red and the spotlight on these, but I may use the area light. The 21 doesn't have the area light, but it does have good red settings and a nice floody beam for walking on. I could tell, if I'm gonna narrow this down, I'm gonna take my old 25 and put it out. There's nothing wrong with this headlight at all. It's a fantastic light. I really like it. The band is comfortable, but it's also the heaviest. And these two have this glow in the dark. I really liked having that when I was in the tent. I could look over in the middle of the night if I had to get up or I hear something or whatever, and I could see where it is and grab it, and I like that a lot. Between these two, I am probably going to go with the 20. It's a tiny bit lighter, not enough probably to make any difference whatsoever, but it's a tiny bit lighter. And if I hadn't had that experience with the Fox, where I couldn't quite throw far enough to see it, then maybe my mind would be a little bit different, because for walking the trail, this is probably superior. However, I can walk the trail just fine with this. It has good red levels and all that, and it has more throw. So if I do hear something in the woods, I can illuminate it better with this. To be honest, all three of these are probably going to still see some use, and I can have loners or whatever. But out of these three, I think the NU20 is going to be my next carry, my next trip, and that's that. But whether you go 20, 21, or if you find an older 25, they're all great. They're all super light. The batteries last plenty, and they charge USB-C. It's great. So, you know, I just said they charge USB-C. However, the 25 is a micro USB. But the new ones, these two are the newer styles, and they have USB-C. So they charge quick if you need to, and NU20 for me, but the rest are great. All right, thanks for watching, and let me know if you don't use a Nitecore. If you do use one of these, let me know what you think. If you have a different option that you think is way better than these, let me know. I might pick that up and have a comparison between them. I'd love to do that. So let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. Throw a thumbs up at me if you want. I appreciate it. Bye.